Alcohol is absolutely dying. It's dying, it's going to die, it's going to go away and become a fringe thing. And I'm gonna go over the reasons today why it's fucking dying and why you'll be left behind if you don't get on the train and make the change in your life that you need to get rid of it as well. Everyone knows, everyone hears it. Check out the recent data on alcohol and how much less people are drinking. The number one reason is that people are waking up. We're waking up as a society, we're realizing how bad it is for us, and over time we're realizing we don't really need it. I'm gonna give you an example I always talk through with people. If you and I were having a conversation in a restaurant 50 years ago, that restaurant would be full of smoke. Everyone in there would be smoking cigarettes. And if I said to you, you know what, in 40 or 50 years, nobody's gonna smoke anymore. People will be done with it. It'll be a fringe thing. You'll see some person smoking, outside a bar, or you might once in a while see someone having a cigarette. But people in general will not smoke. It won't happen anymore. It's going to go away. If we were having that conversation in a restaurant 50 years ago, smoke would be everywhere. Half the people in the place would be smoking, there'd be cigarette smoke all over the place, and you might say to me, Scott, you're fucking crazy. Everybody smokes, everybody loves cigarettes. Cigarettes are always gonna be here because it's such a big thing in our society, right? Fast forward to today, do you see people smoking? Almost no one fucking smokes. There might be people that smoke here or there, but it's a fringe thing, it barely happens. Back then, you wouldn't have believed that, but now it's very obvious to you, right? If you don't believe that drinking is going to go away and that people are waking up, you might feel the same way you would feel if we had that conversation 50 years ago about cigarettes. Only you have it right now about alcohol because you drink, maybe your family drinks, your friends drink, you see people drinking all over, you see that bars are busy, you see that restaurants are serving a lot of alcohol, so you can't fathom this world where drinking is going away, but drinking is going to go away and it's already happening. So the first reason, as I mentioned, is people are waking up. They're waking up to how bad it is for their health. They're waking up to how it's destroying the amount of money that they spend on it. They're waking up to all the negative things that it does and to the fact that there's not that many positive things at the end of the day, and they don't need it to live a full life like they once did. The second thing is there are a number of other alternatives that are getting more and more popular. First off, we all know this, the rise of THC, marijuana, weed, whatever you want to call it. It's absolutely exploding. If you go into some states that have already adopted THC and are selling THC legally, you will go to some grocery stores and where there's the alcohol section, you might see 50, 60, 70% alcohol and 30, 40, 50% THC beverages, THC products. It's absolutely exploding. People are realizing I can use THC to elevate my mind, feel different, get a buzz, get high, whatever you want to call it, and not have all of the negative things happen to me that happen when I drink. I'm not gonna do something awful. I'm not gonna, make some huge mistake like when I drink, and I'm not gonna have some massive hangover. You might be a little foggy in the morning using THC. You might not be absolutely perfect, like you would be clear-headed if you didn't use any drug, but you wouldn't be totally destroyed, devastated, feel like hell when you do a bunch of drinking and drink a lot of alcohol. The next is psychedelics, psilocybin, mushrooms, whatever you want to call it, mushroom chocolates, as many people see, mushroom teas. Psychedelics are on the rise, hardcore. They've been demonized for decades, but now people are realizing if I microdose, meaning just use a little bit of this, I can have a fantastic time, I can get an incredible buzz, and I don't need to feel absolutely awful like I do when I drink alcohol. So people are waking up and realizing, okay, well I have all these other things, these products that are coming into the market that now I can use to get a little buzz, feel a little different, escape reality, whatever the reason they want to use a substance for, and not totally fucking devastate my body and my mind the way I do with alcohol. So more of those things are becoming accepted, these things that have been demonized for years. As we all know, decades past, marijuana was painted as a gateway drug and just the devil and all these things. Mushrooms were this horrible thing, oh, you're gonna trip, you're gonna lose your mind. Now these things are becoming more and more mainstream, and so you'll see people or hear people talking all the time about why they're using those, and they don't need to go out and use alcohol to have a good time. So we've gone through two reasons already, let's review those. Number one, people are waking up. They're realizing how fucked up alcohol really is. They're realizing how bad it is for them. They're realizing they don't need it. Number two, other products are coming into the market. Weed, mushrooms, people are finding other ways to catch a buzz that are not as bad for them and aren't gonna be as bad for them long term. Number 3, people are just getting into other things, other interests that are not about partying. And we see this a ton with the younger generation. So whereas in generations past, definitely mine, I'm 42 years old. When I was in my late teens, early 20s, it was all about partying. That's what people did for recreation. That's all they were into. These days, people have a lot of other interests. Number 1, traveling, the rise of travel. It's all about trips. Where are you going next? Traveling is bigger than it's ever been, and people are way into it and planning around it, that they're much more into going somewhere and doing something than just drinking. Number 2, wellness. Wellness is absolutely exploding. So there's so many people focused now on joining a run club, going to a new gym, going to a group fitness program, getting a Peloton or an in-home workout tool so that they can get in better shape, eating right, making sure that they're focusing on wellness activities instead of drinking. Number 3, something I talk about and learn about with the young generation all the time is gaming. Gaming is exploding so much. People are so into video games that they're not as into going out and blacking out and spending money and energy drinking somewhere, right? So as we change and evolve as people, there are so many different things that are coming up that are more important to people than drinking alcohol. And people can't envision this, people can't believe it, people think it's a trend, but if you look around, you see it already. Breweries, which were so big in the past 9 or 10 years, are dying all around the country. Breweries are closing all around the country. If you look in your town, wherever you are, there's probably a couple breweries that have closed in recent years. It was an explosion in the mid-2010s, 2014, 15. Breweries were blowing up. It was all about the breweries, but now we see breweries closing all over the place. You see some states now around the country where THC is paying more taxes than what alcohol is paying. There's more tax dollars around THC than there are around alcohol. So the further we go, the more that we wake up as a society, the more that we are going to see alcohol die. It's going to happen. And so if you are someone that's still stuck with a drinking problem, if you are still someone that's drinking and you're unhappy with it, you're going to get left behind by the rest of society who are starting to move on and don't really drink that much anymore. So my name's Scott Parker. I have been sober for almost 15 years. I am a small business serial entrepreneur that runs 25 businesses, and I got sober on May 9th of 2010. Part of what I do now is I'm a sober coach for people that are tired of drinking, don't want to drink anymore, and an interesting part of what I do now is I educate people that if they do keep drinking, if they do stay stuck with their drinking problem, they're going to be left behind by the rest of society. The rest of society wants to be in shape. The rest of society wants to be healthy. The rest of society wants to focus on other things that are more important to them than sitting around and drinking. And if you stay stuck, you'll remain stuck and you'll be living in the past. So hit me up if you want to talk more. I hope to have a conversation with you soon.